Hello, Miami. This is 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will, and today is once again our Possible Kane segment. And today's Possible Kane is the guy that I have seen on the comment section of many social media platforms of individuals that they want this guy to be a Miami Hurricane. And that guy is Zavier Mincey, known as Zay to a lot of his friends and even in the recruiting world as well. Zavier Mincey is 6'3", 180 pounds out of Mainland High School over in Daytona Beach, Florida. He is the 10th ranked safety in the country, the 21st best player in the state of Florida. Solid kid at 38 tackles, 8 pass breakups, and 3 interceptions for his junior season. He is considered to be, at the moment, a Florida lean, okay? And also an Alabama lean as well. If he doesn't pick Florida, and Alabama lean as well. The reason why I say this is because social media, those are the two teams that I spotted that he's looking at, but Miami is still in the mix from what I've also heard as well. He did have an official visit to the U about a couple weeks ago. It seems to have gone well as he was able to work out, with the coaching staff, etc. So we'll see how this goes as far as where he ends up. As we all know, you can see social media, you can predict something. He is crystal balled by 247 to go to Florida, but we never know what a kid deep down inside is thinking, because as we've seen with Justin Scott and Barney, and even some other guys, they can surprise you, right? They can surprise you exactly to where they're going. So I want to go over the scouting report a little bit on Mincey. According to Andrew Ivins, who does pretty good work at 247, I'm summarizing his report. He's basically a solid guy on press and man coverage as well. He's good at achieving inside leverage. He played both cornerback and also played safety as well. He may get beat on one-on-one go routes, all right, in terms of when he doesn't have any help, if he's playing cornerback over the top, but he does have enough speed to close the gap, right? So if the ball is underthrown, if it's a jump ball, he's able to pretty much catch up to the wide receiver. Basically, the ball has to be thrown perfectly and in stride. If not, Mincey has a good shot of recovering and catching the wide receiver or whomever he happens to be covering, whether it was a big tight end, etc. All right, as well. Solid tackler as well, open field, and also solid in the running game. Now, this is the perspective I saw from looking at his film, and I gotta say one thing about this kid. I love this kid. This kid, to me, is an absolute gamer and baller, right? He's a stud, okay? I love the fact that he's 6'3". I love tall defensive backs. I think they're very good because receivers are tall, right? Many receivers, especially those in the boundaries, are 6'2", 6'3", sometimes even 6'4". So being the fact that he's 6'3", even though he's 180, he will get bigger as well. Makes him a formidable force in jump ball situations, especially since him even being a long jumper himself, when he was in track, right, as well. So one thing I like about this kid from looking at the film is his instincts. He has great instincts in following the football, right, as well. He can stay with his man and also track the ball down as well. Good solid hands. Even though he had three picks this year, his picks were absolutely solid. If you look at the film and if you look at and check out his huddle, great speed again. Excellent speed, instincts in pursuing the football, can break a route on a dime. So if he is playing off man and it's a short pass, he has great footwork and great hip work where he could jump that route, get the leverage, and take it home. This kid could absolutely do that. Listed as a safety, as we saw, top 10 safety in the country, but he has played corner quite a bit, especially corner in the boundaries, where he's basically covering the best receiver on every team he's facing. Another thing about this kid, since he's so good at leverage, right, meaning that he could get in front of the wide receiver, get in front of the ball, slap it down if it's not thrown perfectly, or get the interception. You could put this kid in a nickel package as well, and he could be an inside corner playing, a slot receiver or a flex tight end. So those are options that you have with this kid. The one thing I've noticed that Miami has done in recruiting these types of defensive backs, they're recruiting defensive backs that are basically multifaceted, that could do a little bit of everything. They could play, yes, they'll be excellent safeties, but if you need to put them in coverage, they could also play corner as well. Patterson and Mincey fit that mold, and I will say Frederic and also Mac fit that mold as well. So they're getting some solid football players that are trying to recruit for this football team, and Mincey happens to also fit that mold, okay? Like I said, he also played manner zone. He's not married just to bump and run, which is a complaint that a lot of people have about, Florida defensive backs that are just bump and run guys and so on. So that means he could play in a more complicated defense like Lance Guidry's. Even though Lance Guidry's is a very aggressive defense, being in the right position at the right time and covering your area is very important for you to be successful in Guidry's defense. Just look at the videotape at Marshall. All right. The proof is in the pudding when it comes to Guidry. Also, so again, solid tackler as well. He could tackle, doesn't mind getting his shoulder in there, doesn't mind bringing guys down, doesn't mind taking on your running back, doesn't mind taking on your tight ends, doesn't mind taking on your wide receivers. He'll tackle anybody. A very good tackler as well, you know, and that's pretty much a little bit about Mincey that I wanted to go over. You need to get this kid. All right, do whatever you can to close the deal on this kid. I really like this individual. Again, I like Mac, right? I like Frederic. Those guys are solid. I really hope we get Patterson. He's my top, you know, as far as safeties go. Another thing too, I do think Miami does need more defensive backs. I do think that stacking talent at that position is very important, even though we have made some strides. The cornerback position, remember, keep this in mind, James Williams and Cam Kitchens are eligible for the NFL draft after the season's over. And I do see, especially if James has a good year. I think Cam's gone, but if James has a good year, he could bolt with Cam as well. So you will need to fill those holes, right? And you will need to have depth at that position. So even though we have made some strides, you know, in bringing in guys through the transfer portal, bringing in a solid recruiting class with defensive backs to back up, you know, whatever we have in the transfer portal or we have, you know, on the roster for this upcoming season is very, very, very important. All right. So let's get Mincey. Let's get all these guys, but let's get Mincey. This kid is a game changer, and you could use him at corner. You could use him at corner or at safety as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. Short, straight to the point. Hope you like what you heard. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. I'll be bringing you some more information about this program in the future, as far as more Dolphin coverage as well, and maybe some things I may want to do as far as this channel goes. All right, so stay tuned for that. Again, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. God bless. See you soon. Go Canes. All about the U. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.